What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, back with Kirabug for our weekly Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball. How do you say the full name in Japanese? Do you know Dragon Ball? Is it Chow? Doesn't matter. Cho? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Episode 21 of Dragon Ball Super Resurrection F Saga is fully in its way. Fully going, fully happening. Doesn't matter. It's happening. And episode 21 was freaking awesome. First of all, if you watched it, I know you're excited about certain things that happened in that episode. This is a dolphin. Commented below your favorite part about that episode first and foremost. We'll talk about everything down the line, but we are finally getting to the point where it's different from the movie, which was the one thing that we all wanted because, well, we don't want to watch a rehash of Resurrection F, which we just watched literally like 3 months ago. And it's cool to see that they're actually taking a different role in it. So in this episode, Frieza's finally here, his army pops out, and the fight between the Z Warriors and the Frieza soldiers begins. And it starts with like this big internal struggle with Krillin, who has PTSD from the last time he faced off against Frieza on Planet Namek, and now he doesn't want to die again, even though he can just use the Dragon Balls or whatever. But he realizes that they're all weak, and he jumps into the fight, and now it's basically like a joke fight between these really, really weak soldiers. I mean, even Master Roshi is fighting.
I like how dramatic it started with Krillin.
Yeah, it was really super dramatic. It's like Krillin was scared because Boo wasn't there, but it's like, dude, as Master Roshi points out in the episode, it's like, dude, you watched Boo, you watched Beerus, you watched Cell, you fought these people too, and here you're scared of these soldiers who probably have a power level of like 1,000. Probably weaker than Raditz. I mean, like I said, Roshi is fighting them. And so most of the episode was around that. But then the real important part, the stuff that starts changing around as I'm making this imaginary fireball in my hand, is Gohan. So one thing that they've taken out, which I'm pretty sure we're not going to see like we saw in the movie, was the badass part where Gohan fights all the soldiers and just demolishes them. I think that was one of my favorite parts in that movie. And this time it's being replaced with when Tagoma, who now has been tortured by Frieza for 4 months. Every single day for, I don't know if it's exactly 4 months, because I remember Frieza said 4 months, but it took like 6 months in the movie. But according to Frieza, 4 months. Every single day, Frieza tortured Tagoma near 1 inch away from death, and then told him to heal himself so he can basically torture Goku when he sees him for his revenge. And that's how Tagoma gets so strong. His body is literally like really tough right now, and he is easily the strongest person in the army right now, stronger than anybody, stronger than Shisami. And when Shisami gives freaking Gohan this big hug, it's like, I love you. Gohan was basically in his internal struggle where it's like, I don't want to fight you because you're, I have a daughter, I'm just trying to make, raise her in a peaceful way. But if you're going to stand in front of that, I will have to fight you. And while that's all going down, Tagoma's like, nah, just shoots him right in the back, shoots Shisami, killing him and killing Gohan. Well, for a couple seconds at least. Which, of course, the same thing happens that happened in the movie. Piccolo resuscitates him, and then they give him a senzu bean. But that was pretty close. And it's cool seeing, number one, we finally got to see a glimpse of what Frieza did to get stronger. And two, we also see speaking of training, we see Goku and Vegeta also enter this crazy, I don't know, portal. We didn't say what it was. Vortex, yeah. Because Beerus wanted to fight them, but he was all like, Goku was all like, nah, we can't fight you yet, we're not strong enough. So Beerus is like, it's too loud here, send them away to that place so they can get strong fast. So, I don't know what exactly is going to happen. Hopefully we'll see it next week, but this portal might be a big secret to how Goku and Vegeta become so much stronger in a short amount of time. Because I remember originally when Resurrection F came out, I was questioning how is it that they become that powerful in only like a 4 or 6 month, 1 year span. So it's kind of, it's going to connect the dots there. So I'm happy that it also connecting the dots while maintaining the freshness. But babe, what's what? Do you want to say something? I know I was kind of going in. You didn't give me a chance to talk. Do you want to say anything?
I don't know.
Just keep going. I got a little too passionate there.
I know. I have thoughts, but then I don't want to like interrupt you.
No, go ahead, just jump in.
I don't know.
What I was gonna say is the most exciting part was well, number one, let's go back. So the episode starts with Goten and Trunks being away and Boo being asleep. Now remember, Boo sleeps for a very short time. In the manga, he slept for 5 seconds, woke up and he was full of energy. But apparently here, they're sticking with the story of when Boo's asleep, he doesn't wake up, which very well might happen. However, when they mentioned Goten and Trunks, I figured, oh, well, there goes Goten and Trunks. We're not going to see them. But the second Tagoma powered up, Goten and Trunks noticed. Now, remember when we all said that Goten and Trunks would not sit by when there's a huge power level off in the distance and they would not go explore it? That's exactly happening, which is exciting. I remember I was convinced myself that wouldn't happen because I just felt like that Toei wouldn't change the story that much more. But they're doing it, and I'm excited. And according to the preview of the next episode, We're going to get a fight between Gotenks and Tagoma, which also next episode is interesting because we have the whole Captain Ginyu comeback part, which I wonder how that's going to work.
I don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah, because technically...
he switched bodies. That frog is gone.
Well, the frog is there. Frog popped out of the Jocko spaceship, but he can't do body change without saying it. Because if you guys remember in the episode, well, even though this is filler technically, what's his name? Ginyu switched bodies with Bulma, but he can't do the body change attack unless he can talk. So I don't know if they're going to just like not do that, or I don't know how they're going to do it because it doesn't really make any sense to me. Because the other question is if Captain Ginyu could switch bodies at any point since his arrival on Earth back when Frieza was killed, why didn't he switch bodies already by now and get stronger and get his own revenge? Like why now? So that's something that I hope they will answer next week. But either way, I'm kind of excited to see that they have Ginyu come back. But then at the same time, I'm also not excited because Tagoma is such a badass right now. I want Tagoma to be Tagoma, not freaking Captain Ginyu. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about that, actually?
You mean Captain Ginyu going into Tagoma's body?
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what happens in the preview.
Oh.
Ginyu steals his body.
I didn't realize that when I was watching the preview.
Yeah, Ginyu stole his body, which supposedly makes him stronger. But at the same time, it's like, this is Captain Ginyu fighting now, not Tagoma. It's like, Tagoma just became this badass. He was tortured for 4 months, and now he's a frog, essentially. So it's like, how is that going to play out? I'd much rather have Tagoma be the badass or the Frieza army right now because I just like how much he changed. Like, from the last time you saw him, you got Voldemort over there. Now you got Voldemort just pissed off. He looks like Voldemort.
He really does look like Voldemort.
Yeah,
but now he's extremely resilient.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know how that's going to play out next week, and then what the ultimate fate there is going to be, and who is going to kill him. Like, I wonder if Gotenks is going to be the one. I mean, we clearly saw Gotenks fighting him when he kicked him in the balls with his head, or headbutted him in the balls.
He headbutted him in the stomach.
It was the balls.
It was the stomach.
Look, I know those eyes. When we, as dudes, get kicked in the balls, we make those eyes.
All right.
You want to try it? Want to try it? No.
No. You want to?
No, I need those balls. I need these. See, what happens is if you kick me in the balls, I'll make this voice. And I'll talk like that for maybe a couple minutes. But ultimately, I mean, it's exciting stuff. Everything is different. And now I'm curious to know, when Resurrection F Saga is done, how it's going to compare open to the movie. It's like the movie is a quick summary of it, essentially, like Battle of Gods was. But since they're kind of taking this like route where it's like literally becoming like this more and more and more in terms of what happens, like I wonder what people will like better. Obviously, you got the summarized version and then you got the in-depth version. But unlike Battle of Gods, the saga versus the movie, it was pretty much the same. But this is very different. Like, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out towards the end. I'm more excited to see Frieza fight now because he is an asshole. He is the perfect villain. And as I was saying on Twitter the other day, I feel like Frieza in Resurrection F was portrayed too soft. Granted, he did, he gets revived. He shoots his own man. He blows up North City. In a way, he's still soft compared to the Frieza we saw on Planet Namek.
But granted, they didn't have that much time to build his character up again.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. And since now they have that more time in Super, it's cool to see that Frieza is being portrayed as the evil emperor that he is, from telling, hey, whoever kills Krillin gets their own planet. Hey, Tagoma, if you do kill everybody, not only will I give you a free planet, but I will also give you a commander of the army status. So it's cool to see that, Frieza is truly being the evil person that he's always been portrayed as, and actually like following through with that title. So I'm curious to know what's actually going to happen between Goku and Vegeta's arrival to, in between stuff. Because like, since Goku and Vegeta got sent away, that means they probably need, an X amount of more time. Because, like, they're gone for, we don't even know how long they're going to be gone for. They could be gone for hours. Well, probably not, but they're gone while this invasion is happening. Granted, I know we saw that he got that message from Bulma, so, he knows that he has to check it. So I wonder if he's going to check that and be like, oh, crap, I got to get these guys back so they can go fight Frieza, or how it's going to play out. But I'm curious to know what's going to happen during the next couple weeks.
I wonder what that place is that they went to. I wonder if it's, like, if it doesn't follow the same rules of time as, like, this dimension or whatever that everyone else is in, and maybe they like, I don't know what happens there, but that could be like
plot twist. Plot twist. They got sent to the room of spirit all the time, the hard mode version of it, where it's like they're probably in there for a year, but now it's an hour instead of 24 hours, and it's like monsters. Yeah, there's probably some kind of like time factor there that is the reason why they get so strong in such a short amount of time. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple weeks. What about you guys? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is there anything else we want to cover in this? No, not really. So I guess let us know everything, you know, like I said, your favorite part in this episode, what you're looking forward to the most, which I already know the answer is Gotenks, because I know a lot of people just want to see that new aspect of Resurrection F.
And how Ginyu switches
and how Ginyu switches body, and what he's actually going to do. I feel like the thing that bugs me is when Goku stole, well, not Goku, when Ginyu stole Goku's body, he couldn't use it. So technically, wouldn't the same thing happen? He steals Tagoma's body and he doesn't know how to use it. Granted, we could also say the reason why Tagoma is so tough is because his body has gotten used to being tortured by Frieza, so therefore his body itself has a high defense, whereas Ginyu might not know how to use his body's powers and stuff, like with Goku, but because his body's so tough from being tortured, that's probably why he's so strong. So maybe that's also a possibility to think about as we go into next week's episode. So yeah.
Or maybe he switches into Tagoma's body, and that's how they defeat him.
What do you mean?
How they defeat Tagoma.
Oh!
Because now he's like Captain Ginyu, so he's like weak now.
Well, no, because he doesn't have the ability to switch bodies. It will be the frog will be the one that switches body, steals his body. Because like I know what you're thinking, that if they throw the frog and switch the body, but you would need the actual attack itself, and Tagoma doesn't have that attack.
Okay.
I thought about that for a second. Like essentially, the frog's gonna come out and be like, it's body change, and he's gonna steal his body. Maybe he tries to steal someone else's body and ends up in Tagoma by accident. That could also be a possibility. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll find out.
I'm excited. I'm super hyped. What about you guys? So yeah. Anyway, so that's everything in today's review. It's a little longer than usual, but again, a lot of cool stuff's happening, so I'm excited. You're excited. She's excited. The gameplay in the background is excited. So we'll see you guys next week with another review.